And we have the Richmond Generals 18U HP going up against Genesis. It is November 22nd, 2025, and it is early and it's cold. Raining outside here in New Jersey. If it was raining inside this rink, it'd be snow. Jeanette is here. Hello. Yeah, I would do that. Sometimes I think I don't want to block the goal for those guys standing there. I don't know. I'm being very nice, I don't piss off the other parents. I think all the action is going to be down there anyway.
Yeah,
so
I'm thinking. Close to the action.
All right, we'll go ahead and get started. We've got the Richmond Generals 18U HP going up against the Genesis coming out. I think it's Hatfield, Pennsylvania. It's about an hour from here in New Jersey. The Genesis are ranked fourth in the EJPL Diamond 2 division. Generals are ranked number 1. Last night we played 2 and 3, taking 2 wins against North Park and the Long Island Kings. Generals just buzzing yesterday, having a great time out there against a really tough game against the Long Island Kings, winning that game 7-1 in dominating fashion. We've got 3 adds to the lineup that were missing yesterday, so the Generals adding more firepower. You've got Jeanette coming into the lineup, Alexi Lugo, and we've also got Ian Bain coming in with a guest appearance. So we're adding 3, so we forward line. So the buzzing yesterday with skating 11, and now they've got 14. So we'll see how they settle in here. Generals played this Genesis team back on October 26th, so just a couple weeks ago, beating them 5-1. They played 2 teams from Genesis, a D1 team and a D2 team, and had a tough match against the D1 team, I think taking a loss on that, but beating this D2 team the next day. Going to have Cam Gaddis. It's going to be between the pipes. He had the win yesterday against the Kings. Tonight we are back on the ice at 6 p.m. I think going against another Long Island team. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't check that. But 6 p.m. tonight. We're working our way down the EGAPL rankings. Tomorrow morning we play at, I'm going to say 10:15 or 10:30. You'll have to check the schedule. I think it's 10:30, where we play Central Pennsylvania. We beat them soundly a couple weeks ago. I think it was 13-1. So we're getting easier as the weekend goes through, but it doesn't mean the boys need any less focus. Anything can happen out here. You never know. Maybe some players were missing from the Genesis team the last time they played. Generals are the away team here, skating in blue. We'll see how we get this opened up and see what we can get going here. Sending out the Stewart line with Krug and Covington. I love Cam Gaddis going out and chest bumping all the players before we get started. Jeanette and Strode are going to be your defensive duo. Goalies are ready. Everybody's on the ice. We're going to get ready to go. Get going here. Fired up. Genesis brings it into the zone early on. Jeanette having to do a quick change in there and trying to send it up ice. Turns it over to Genesis. They're going to be offsides. Touch up at the blue line. Whoa, Genesis. Jeanette dumped. Genesis holds it at the red line on a pick there. Sends it in deep, sends it around the boards. If Genesis played one game last night, I think they were up in other parts of New Jersey. Parents walked in here that it was cold. So one of the things that you learn here is this ice is just kind of funky. The walls are a little bit weird. So Genesis had the Generals now playing 2 games here. Have a little bit of advantage as Genesis set this up in their defensive zone, send it up to the red line. And they're just going to dump it in for a line change. So Generals are a little bit more familiar with the quirks here, having played 2 games. We saw a big change even just in the second game yesterday, having a little advantage. Krug trying to get this puck going at the red line. He's going to skate this one in, goes to his left, going to take a shot, puts it over the goal, comes around, held. That was Moore at the blue line. And Jello sending that one in deep, and the goalie's got to field that with his glove and calls for the whistle. We're playing 2 25-minute halves. We got Repko on the ice now, taking a face-off. He's got Kim to his right. Tapscott to the left. Tapscott on the puck, sends it in, and that goes off of the goalie's leg, and it's in the goal. From below the goal line, Tapscott gets the party started. Takes a risk. I don't think the goalie knew where he was going with it. His leg was sticking out, and it popped it into the goal. So Tapscott on the board, 1-0 here. Just 1:30 into the game, and the Generals are up 1-0. Genesis goalie's getting reset there. Tough way to get started. Repko sends that forward, but Genesis turns this down to the Richmond end of the ice. Jello turns that back up, held in at the blue line. Hockey Dads thought that was off sides. Repko trying to get it up past the breakout person. Stuck at their feet. Down in the corner. Genesis twerking this one back behind the goal. Sends it back up here to the point underneath us off of Tapscott. Chipped forward. Repko and Tapscott arguing about who's going to get the puck, and neither one do. So Genesis are going to turn this around, bring it back into the zone, drops it at the point, sends it back behind the Generals' goal. Send back around, Tapscott. Chips that up. Genesis sends that back in. Gaddis is going to settle it back behind the goal. Picked up, sent over to the near wall to Tapscott. Tapscott walking it forward. Sends that up, trying to find Peterson. I think we're offsides. No call there. Shocking. I could see that. Heil now on the ice. So we got Peterson, Heil, and Lugo on the ice as your 3 forwards, and Jeanette and Bain as your 2 defensemen. Bain working that puck, moving it forward. Bain's got 1 extra year of eligibility and is in college, so he comes back for an occasional game. So I think he's home for the Thanksgiving holiday and figures he'd come play some hockey with us in New Jersey. Jeanette chips that over to the near side. Woo, big hit against the wall. Bain going down. That's a good wake-up call. Get the feet going. Ooh, Genesis keep that one in. Goes over to the far side. Lugo on the puck. Takes it to neutral ice. Chips it over. Trying to find Peterson. Peterson trying to scoot it to Heil. They go down to the Zamboni corner. Genesis picking this one up. Jeanette on the tight pinch. Takes it deep into the blue line. Heil's going to the bench. Peterson trying to get it over to Bain. Can't get it there. Bain retreats to the red line. Good move. Ooh, the ref goes down in front of the Generals bench. Bain working the puck up. Takes it deep. Whoa, gets hung up and pulled down. And they're going to call that, get a shot there by Covington, and it misses. And that should be a touch-up here. Yeah. It was like Gaddis was late going to the bench on that penalty call. The ref had like his hand half-heartedly in the air. They're going to call a holding call there. It's pretty obvious. So Genesis will go in the box, and the Generals will go on a power play with 20:52 remaining in the first half. Generals leading 1-0 with a goal by Caden Tapscott. Shot from behind the goal line from the corner, taking it off the goalie's left leg. Genesis send it around. Agello tries the foot stick. That doesn't work, and Gaddis makes the save as Genesis took it deep. Probably should have hung on to that puck a little bit longer before they shot that. They didn't have a good angle on it. Gaddis had a good breakaway, but didn't have any angle on that. Oh, that sits in the crease. Genesis are going to send this down. That should be no icing. All right, that was shocking. Comes out. Passed up to Krug. Ooh, good stick. Eye-hand coordination on that, and Krug to knock that down. He goes across to Covington. He's trying to put it deep. Good block there by Genesis. Brought back to Jeanette. Jeanette across the red line, goes to his right. Brings it to the right-hand side. He's going to try to get a shot and misses wide. Stewart on the puck on the left wall. Waiting for Moore to get out, but Generals lose the puck and have to pull it back to mid-ice. Covington going to build up a head of steam. He's over the blue line. He's got Stewart trailing. Goes deep to Jeanette. Jeanette with a shot. Puts it in the upper corner. Wow, textbook there. Just over the goalie's shoulder. Great pass and great shooting. Jeanette's been on fire this year. Getting a lot of great goals in there from the defensive position, putting him in long distance and just sniping the upper corners. Generals up 2-0, 19:43. So Generals take advantage of the extra skater, getting a first power play goal. They were 2-1 in last night's game against Long Island Kings. I'm sorry, 1 for 2 on the power play. Sorry about that. Getting my metrics backwards. That gets just past Moore. So Generals building up a quick cushion here. Genesis bringing it down, trying to get a shot off. That's deflected off way over the netting, and we'll get a face-off inside the zone. Repko taking the face-off. Tapscott to his right. Kim is the other player on the ice. Daniel Kim had a hat trick in last night's game, putting in 3 of the 7 goals. Well, I was like, Kim just gave that to Genesis. We got lucky there. Oh, another good shot. Gaddis having to stay on his toes here. Generals are getting a little sloppy, but need the goalie hot. Kimmer's on his way. Oh, he puts one in the same spot Jeanette did, and the goalie gets the glove up this time and gets a save. 18:56 remaining in the first half. Generals leading 2-0. Peterson's out to take the face-off. Heil to the left. Lugo to the right. They should be running 3 full forward lines. Bain and Strode are your 2 defensemen. Comes back to Strode at the red line. Bain calling for it, brings it over to the blue line, up to Heil on the left-hand side. He gets picked. Down in the Zamboni doors. Peterson now working it along the wall. Peterson to Heil, just past him. He can't get the wood on it and tip it in. Good chance there for the Generals sitting outside the crease. Bain takes that one wide, and he chips that up. Comes around. Heil covering the blue line since Bain was deep. Pinches and holds that. Peterson sends that around. Lugo's going to get to the wall. Fights off the stick lift. Puck comes out of the zone. Stroder's going to send this over to Bain. Bain pulling it way back. Genesis have 2 guys deep. We're going to get a pass to Heil at the face-off circle. He gets bumped off of it. Goes over to Genesis. No Generals were moving to the puck. Genesis waiting for reinforcements. They finally come to the blue line. Genesis send it back to the point. Somebody's yelling something. I'm trying to figure out which bench it's coming from. That comes up to Heil at blue line. He sends it up to Peterson, but with a crappy little pass. Gets picked off. You know, this ice is tough. You send these pucks too hard, and this ice is so cold that it's just going. It gets out of hand. So I think Heil's got to put the little English on it. Just not enough to get to Peterson. We're just going back and forth to neutral ice right now. Everyone's trying to settle the puck. We're just back and forth. We're down under 17 minutes left to go in the first half. That's just going to come back to a Jello. He circles and sends it over to Moore. We're around in circles, and we miss Krug, so we go back. Krug hustling after this one. He goes down towards the wall, battling it out. Covington keeps it going in the corner. That almost picked. Oh, that gets behind the D. Here comes the Genesis with the breakaway with a move, and they put one in. Getting behind the D. Generals getting sloppy, and the Generals get one back. It's 2-1.
Go, James. Let's go. No worries. Get it back.
$16:27 left in the first half. Rep goes out to take the face-off. Taps got to the left. Kim to the right. Kimmer sends that one deep. It's off the back of the goal. Taps got there. Taps got on the puck. Back behind the goal line, just like he did last time, trying to feed it over. Chose to Repko. He swings at it twice and puts it wide of the net. We send it back across in the crease again. Genesis clear off to the side. Moore coming back to the red line. He's going to put that one deep. That'll be a high stick. They touch it up, we'll get a whistle. Just under 16 minutes to go in the first half. Generals leading 2-1. Goals by Jeanette and Tapscott. That's a little back chip there by Kimmer. He's trying to get something going here. Peterson tries to turn it, and here comes Genesis back the other direction. Generals got to be careful there's not like a big momentum change here. Genesis, after losing 5-1 to the Generals just 3 weeks ago, might be inspired now. This is a 2-1 game, so Generals got to shut this down and put a couple more in the back of the net. Pass to Heil at mid-ice, bounces off his stick. Peterson down in the corner. Heil's there to assist. Heil's digging it out. He's got Peterson. No, that was Kimmer in the corner. Heil with a backhander, and Heil puts that in. Just a little backhanded lift and puts it over the goalie's shoulder, so we're 3-1.
Yeah.
Heil with the goal and had a goal and an assist last night. We're just sprinkling around and spreading the goals and the assists everywhere. Back to the Stewart line. They had several of the goals yesterday. That went off of Stewart's boot. He's going to take this one in. He tries to pass it over to Krug and misses on it. Stewart's back on the puck. He sends it. Deflected into the corner by Genesis. Trying to get it out to somebody in front, and the Genesis is going to clear. Stroder circling this one. Sends that over. Jeanette's going to back up because Genesis are bringing two right now. Centering pass picked up. Oh, wow. Intercepted by Stewart, but he left it on the ice, and we're going to get a penalty. And it's going to be Strode going into the box, I think. 288's on the ice, but I think it's Strode going to the box. Roughing. So Generals will go on a penalty kill. You know, we were in the box twice in the first game yesterday, but stayed out completely yesterday, and I think that was a huge win for the Generals. Last weekend, they were in the box quite a bit. So Tapscott now taking the face-off. Generals have to kill off a 2-minute penalty with 14:30. Generals getting that puck and sending it all the way down. It gets held up in the Zamboni door hole. I think the goalie thought it was going to roll all the way around, but that corner is horrible. Kimmer giving the chase here. Genesis coming away from it. Tapscott tries to send it deep. Misses on it. Genesis are going to reset in their defensive zone, send Tapscott out to harass. Comes out, gets just past everybody. Baines on the puck in the corner. Ooh, Genesis getting to the puck. General's just missing on it right now. Tapscott, gloves that one down nicely and sends that to 200 feet to the other end of the ice. We're down to 1:10 left in the penalty kill. Generals leading 3-1 here with 13:40 left to play in the first half. So Richmond Generals against the Pennsylvania Genesis. Genesis trying to get out of the zone. Repko's harassing. Heil now pressuring in mid-ice. Oh, Repko took it. I thought it was a pass to Heil, but I think he just put it down in the corner. Heil now retreating to mid-ice. He's going to come up and get this puck, put it deep. Come on. Jack sends it back to Bain. Bain will sit on this for a little bit. Over to Agello. Agello puts it to Heil. I think coach would rather see that go 200 feet and go deep. 25 seconds left in the penalty kill. We get a whistle. They're offsides. I think the Genesis player was just standing in the forward zone, like he had fallen asleep or something. The guy with the orange stripe in the helmet. The ref's like just pointing to him. These are refs from last night. Woo! Thank you. Woo! Man, you are awesome. The ref was joking with us last night. This is going good. Long distance toss there by the Genesis. Bain just chipping this with the 9-iron. Sends it deep for Peterson. We got 5 seconds left on the penalty kill. Peterson's just going to tie it up with the Zamboni doors. It's almost like, it should be like pond hockey that, it's almost like the hole in the ice down there. You just give the kid some space to get it out of that Zamboni door hole. Like, no need him to go into the boards. Just give him 2 feet. It's just crappy down there. Jeanette comes out past the blue line, works it, trying to find a gap, sends it wide. Peterson trying to touch this one up. He's going to send it in, force the goalie to play it off a stick. Jeanette's going to send it back behind the goal. He's got Lugo back there, back out to Peterson, and he just misses on the connection. We saw that several times last night. Lugo gets a bump up to the wall, and Genesis are going to send that around the boards. This will be icing. We'll bring that back. With 11:50 left in the first half, Generals lead 3-1. Stewart taking the face off. Covington to the left. Krug inching up. Stewart sends it back to Strode. He's out of the box. Krug tries to center that, and it goes off of Genesis skate, so it's going to come down. Bain hustling back to pick this up. Bain giving that up. A little rusty there, showing up in the stick handling. Genesis on the puck in the neutral ice as the Generals turn it over. Genesis with a shot, Gaddis with the glove. Solid in the leather. Gets the whistle, and we'll get a face-off to his right. Bain taking a sip of the goalie's water. I'm not sure that's cool. Like, they could go to the bench and get water. Gaddis is stuck out there. All right. Ooh. That's stolen from Covington. Bain now back in the corner trying to chip it up to Stroder. Long pass here to Krug. Krug's got one to beat. He's got Stewart to the right. And Krug gives it up to the Genesis. Woo! Covington trying to get it out of the feet there, the Genesis player. Ooh, Bain on a pinch, trying to get back. And Strode covering the goal. That's good protection there. Back over to Bain. Bain putting it up the wall. It's going to send it deep. That'll be icing on the Generals. 10:39 left in the first half. We'll come back to the Generals' end of the ice. We'll put 5 new legs on the ice. Repko taking the face off at Jello to his left. Tapscott to the right. Kim's on the ice and Moore's on the ice. Comes back. Genesis pull it back. Hold it at the blue line. Deflected off of a body. And Jello takes it behind the goal. Chipped in the air. Sticks going everywhere. Tapscott on the puck. Chips it up to Repko. He turns on the afterburners. He takes it across the blue line. Goes to his left. Backhands that one just wide of the net. These guys love that backhand move. Genesis trying to clear it, and they're going to skate it out of their zone. Tapscott putting on his speed. He's been the speedy skater. When needed, Tapscott's got the speed. Genesis sends that around, comes off the wall at a funny angle. They give it to Tapscott. Tapscott's trying to put it to Repko. Repko gloves it down to the ice, puts it back, but misses the net. Genesis trying to come out again. Going to give it up to the Genesis at the red line. Over to Repko. He's going through 3. Dumps it to a Jello. Puts it back to Repko. Comes back to a Jello with the shot. Looking for the tip from Kim. Can't get it off the stick. Kim's going to the bench. That one's a high shot. That's gloved by the Genesis goalie. And we freeze the clock at 9:26. Generals leading 3-1. Goals by Tapscott, Jeanette, and Heil. Each team's had 1 power play. Generals scoring on theirs. Peterson taking the face off. Heil to the left. Lugo to the right. Genesis intercepting the face off to Lugo. Sending the puck. That's going to be icing. Well, that's like... The ref was like, almost looking at the ref, like, why did he do that? It's almost like they were shooting the puck at the ref's head. 9:14 remaining. We line up again to the left of the Genesis goalie. Peterson sends it. They send it deep. We're going to get icing again. Let's see what happens. Oh, they wave off the icing as Genesis hustle down here. Comes up. They're feeding it to Jeanette. A little slash there. Jeanette goes through it. Works it. Oh. Tries to go kind of armpit, and the goalie gets a save. Lots of whistles in this game. 8:55 left in the first half. Stewart's on to take the face-off, trying to get it to Krug. Covington picks up the puck. Oh, the goalie on the belly just gets a stick on that one. Krug working it against the wall now. Gets it to Covington, finds Stewart. Stewart tries to go between the legs. Jeanette stepping up. He puts it. Goalie, it's rebounding, and Genesis cleared out to the side, send it around the ice. Referee says no icing. Krug coming back for that puck, has time, puts it across here to Strode on the near wall just underneath us. You know, the balcony here gets right over the ice. Covington working through traffic, hammered by sticks. Puck is spinning. Good stick play by Agello, ties up the Genesis player. Good pass to Stewart, comes to Covington. Covington's gonna wait. He finds Krug. Krug tries to go back to Stewart. Krug's still on the puck. He's going to send it to Agello. Agello winds up, sends it to the left of the goal. Bain on the pinch. Agello's going to have to get back. There you go. Got to push the guy to the corner. Agello, good defensive move. Frustrates the Genesis guy. Covington tries to clear it. Genesis put it down. Agello's going to chip this up to Krug. Krug gets it out of the zone. Bain chips it up to Stewart. Stewart trying to go down the center and puts the puck right in the goalie's chest for another whistle with 7:34 remaining. Generals leading 3-1. Puck goes into the corner. Kimmer giving the chase. Genesis trying to get it out of the zone. Chips it up, kicks it just past Agello. They're on the hunt. They got a guy going down to the middle, waiting for a guy that had a slot. Shot and can't connect on the pass. Agello chips, Bain kicks that up, goes to Tapscott. Bain was streaking. He's gonna hang back now. Here comes Genesis into the zone. Picked off by Tapscott. Agello goes into the corner, back to Tapscott. Woo! The puck came close to me than I thought I saw it on the camera go flashing past. That's Repko tries to connect with Kimmer, and they can't, and Generals will be offsides. They got to get across the blue line. Come away with the puck. Genesis go across to the far side. Moore is going to retreat. Pull this one back, sends it to Kim. Kim across the ice to Jeanette, but it's behind him. Jeanette reaches back. Comes to Heil. Heil skates it across the blue line. Trying to go around the D, can't get past him. Held at the blue line by Peterson, but the second attempt comes out. Heil just going to chip this one. And Genesis send this deep, that'll be icing. 6:04 left in the first half. Generals lead 3-1. Glove down by Jeanette, but comes out of the blue line. Jeanette's going to take it in the right-hand side. He's going in deep. Works it around the goal. Centers the pass. Peterson was there in front. Couldn't get a stick on it. Lugo now down to the corner. Genesis pull that down. Oh, wow. Big hit as Lugo gets one up high. Shakes it off. Woo! Jeanette. Good play there. Running into trouble with the Genesis. Now he keeps it out to neutral ice. Peterson picking it up. Tries to send it across to Lugo. Can't get it there. Hits a skate. Shot wide. That shot had some heat on it. Centering pass. Gets past Peterson. Good thing that Gaddis didn't assume Peterson was getting that puck. That have faked me out. That one's going deep. Peterson's hustling down there to wave off the icing. He centers it. Takes it off the wall to Covington. Covington goes back. Puck's in the corner. Genesis clear, and it comes back, and Bain will pick it up at the face-off circle. Bain's on the puck, taking this one deep. He puts it across. Stroder's got to go one-timer, whiffs on it, and this is going to give Genesis a breakaway. Oh, wow. In the full... Wow, Gaddis doesn't get fooled. He holds that puck, he sits on it, and saves Stroder. And the Generals are up 3-1. Wow, I thought that was in. That was a nice little play. Gaddis was fooled. Guy goes to the backhand, and Gaddis gets the save. Bain comes back and gets it in the corner. Has some time, chips this up. Just past everybody, but it's going to roll to the goalie. No icing. Little misstep there. Stewart gets a stick on it and puts it up over the net into the corner. We're down to 4:15 left to play in the first half. Genesis pulled that over the other side. Oh, out of the blue line now. Tapscott shuffles it to the other end of the ice. Puck comes across, picked up by the Genesis. And the Genesis put that one into the bench. Just under 4 minutes to go. Switching hands, a little shaky. Generals back on the ice at 6 p.m. tonight. We will be up in northern part of Jersey, maybe it's about 45 minutes from here. Just Kimmer with a little backhander there, sends that in on the goal, off the goalie's pads. Genesis clear it. Generals reset in the neutral zone. Genesis put that back across. Moore chips that up. Genesis reset in their own zone. Kimmer pressuring. Comes back to Moore. Chipped up. They're saying no icing here. Agello chases that one around the corner. Whew, just misses a big hit. But the Genesis come away with it, put it back onto the wall. Fighting through traffic. Shot, left pad save there. Another shot. Gaddis with another save. Generals trying to get it out. That's going to be a hand pass. But Generals pick up the puck, so no whistle. Sent across to Kim. Kim dumps it deep. I think the Generals would love another insurance goal here. Genesis are getting some lucky shots that are popping through. Heil's got some time. Gets the assist from Coach Tim Moore, team statistician. Heil with a shot, puts that off a shin guard. 2:30 now remaining. Heil takes us out of the corner. And Genesis come away with it. Go to the breakout spot, but they give it up to Strode. He bats it over to Lugo. Lugo now on his forehand, shoots. Goalie has the post covered. Peterson tried that one from inside the crease. Can't get in the back of the goal. Stroder getting back. Heil scooping this one up. He's going to chip it forward, trying to get it to Peterson. Stroder working this one around. Sends that over to Lugo. Lugo works that one down. And Peterson was there by the back door, but that's picked up by the goalie. .149 left in the half. Generals lead 3-1. Comes back, won by the Generals. Krug with that shot and gloved by the goalie.
Go, Jets.
Genesis on the puck. Krug in the corner. Stroder on the pinch, sends that puck up. Genesis trying to get it past Stroder, but he puts it down with the glove. Stewart's trying to find it as the puck went over his head. Genesis trying to clear that, goes off Covington's boot. Jeanette trying to hold it at the blue line, chips it, but it comes picked up by the Genesis, and they're going to put it to. Got 1:10 left in the half. Fed up to Stewart. Stewart on the run. He's got Covington. Covington goes the forehand. Glove save there by the goalie. Genesis on the puck now. Trying to get it out. Krug puts that deep as we're down about 45 seconds left in the half. Genesis working their way. Bain now trying to put on the D. Oh, takes the guy down hard in the boards. All right. I think Bain just lost an edge, and unfortunately the Genesis guy went in the boards hard. It'll be a penalty on the Generals. And he didn't mean it. He was checking on the guy. I think it's going to be a tripping call. I just don't like it when these kids go, they can't stop themselves and they go sliding headfirst into the wall. Players up, looking shaken up. I don't know if it's head, neck, or a lot of times that could be collarbone. All right, hate to see that. Hopefully, he's going to the bench, not the locker room, but they're in the locker room in 31 seconds.
One out there, ice puck.
Generals on the penalty kill as Bain's in the box. Face-off won by Genesis. They take a shot. Gaddis takes that off the shoulder. Jeanette on the puck. Comes Tapscott's just going to send this one. Smart move. Down to 15 seconds on the half. We'll come back. When we get back from the half, we'll finish off this penalty kill. 10 seconds. Agello chips it out of the zone. It's 5 seconds. A little one-time shot. And that's the whistle. All right, Generals trying to fire up the bench here. So at the end of the first half, Generals up 3-1. We've got an ice cut here, so we'll be put you on hold for about 10 minutes. We'll mute the camera, let you watch the Zamboni or the ceiling. But great goals. We got Tapscott leading it off with a goal from below the goal line, followed up by Jeanette coming in from the D line, putting one up in the corner, and then Heil with a backhand chipper. All right, we'll catch you in a little bit. All right, boys are coming back on the ice, warming up a little bit. We got the Generals waiting for the Genesis. Bring them back, and we'll close out the second half. We got 25 minutes left in this game. Generals leading 3-1. We have Ian Bain in the box, and we'll be closing out a penalty kill. We got 1:29 on the clock to finish that off. Love to see the Generals put some extra icing on this one and just get some comfort here. Famous hockey announcer once said, a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. Just don't want to sit on this one and just not let Genesis pop one in the goal and suddenly make this a game where they can feel like they can win it. So we got to suck the energy out of them and put a couple more points on the board. Getting any deep insights from Jeanette there? All right, we got Genesis on the ice as the coaches make the crawl across. Try not to kill themselves. All right, they're sending out Repko to take the face-off with Peterson to the left.
Well, I wouldn't. Actually, the poker. PK, boys, PK.
Generals lining up 4 for this face-off. Got to be thinking penalty kill. We got Jeanette and Moore as a defensive duo. Got to get that door shut down there. All right, they got the door shut. All right, here we go. Moore trying to get over to that puck, get it up ice. Comes back to Repko. Pass, not that great. Jeanette skating it, and he puts that deep. Peterson on the deep harassment. He's got the puck back in the corner. He's going to just sit on it. Down to 1 minute now on the penalty kill. Peterson just continuing to hold that puck down there. He's got it again. A one-man wrecking crew. And here comes Genesis. They're trying to get out of their zone. Sends that deep. That should be icing. We'll take that whistle and go the distance. Way to go, Pear. Good job for Pear. He probably took 30 seconds off that. He's doing a great job holding them. So we're going to get Lugo and Heil on the ice now. Heil taking the face off. Lugo's back to his left. Moore and Jeanette still on. Heil almost wins that, but Genesis send that forward. Put it into the Zamboni door. Lugo giving chase. Genesis across the red line. Heil picks that one. Tries to send it deep. Picked by the Genesis. I know he was thinking put that deep in the corner. Lugo with the foot club and gets that one across the blue line. 25 seconds now on the penalty kill. Heil chasing. Genesis holding it in their own zone. 15 seconds now on the penalty kill. Turn it over. I bet. Oh, that one under Heil's leg across the ice. Genesis, good bump by Jeanette. Genesis chip it into the corner. We're going to be down to 5 seconds on the penalty kill. Comes across middle ice. Jeanette trying to get a stick on it. Oh, wow, a big miss. And the Genesis and the waning second of that power play. Our guys just couldn't get a stick on that puck to just push it out. So Genesis getting that goal, now make it 3-2 with Generals did such a great job killing that off right up to the very end, and nobody could get onto the puck. And 3 Genesis guys in front of the net, and the guy does a good job lifting it to the corner. So Generals now got to find another insurance goal. Got a lot of hockey left. Jello circling back around. Puck comes across to the near side, up to Krug. Krug's going to find out the red line. He's got 2 to beat. Tries to go around the D, makes it! Oh, flicks the puck just wide. Good follow-up there by Stewart and just misses. Here come the Genesis. They're coming back again. Good harassment from Stewart. Sends that puck deep. Off the glass comes back to Strode. He's going to send it to Agello. Good bump there by Covington. Sent it to Krug. He leaves to Covington. Covington going to send it back to Krug. Stewart comes over to help. Covington has it. Shoots for 5-hole, and the goalie gets the cover. We get a whistle with 22:36 left in the second half. Jens seem kind of relaxed out there. Not really buzzing the way they were yesterday. I think they feel more relaxed in this game. But they're letting Genesis hang out in this game, so really need to kind of close this. Get 2 quick goals. Repko taking the face off. Sends it over and brings it back to Strode. Strode sends it down to Tapscott. Tapscott sends that across back to Strode. It's over the blue line. Everyone will have to clear the zone. Stroder giving them a second. Tries to send it over, finds Tapscott. Tapscott trying to split the D. Picked up by Repko. And here comes 3-on-2. Here comes Genesis. They got a guy streaking down the right side. He cuts in, shoots for the far corner and just misses. We were 2 inches away from an even game there. That puck goes all the way around. Genesis trying to collect it. Repko trying to pick it up. Genesis guy loses a stick. Repko goes down. Ooh. Somebody lost the neck gear. We'll pick that up at the whistle. That comes off the wall at a funny angle. Moore on the pinch. Repko hanging back to the blue line. Sends that one over. Bain around the net guard. Puts it low on the ice. It's at their feet. They're all tied up. They're like holding. That's Kimmer back there. That one gets sent the distance, and that'll be icing for the whistle. We'll get things cleaned up on the ice. Yeah, nice and cold. Like the Genesis guys were trying to help with the net guard, like scooting along the ice. The dads were all talking about, like, oh, it's going to be cold to put that thing on. Peterson takes that face off. Heil picks it up off the wall. Comes back to Peterson, trying to feed it to Heil. Can't get it there. Middle of the ice. Lugo just a second late. Moore going to try to catch this one up ice. Fighting off with Genesis. Back to Lugo. He's got Heil the far side. Lugo takes it down in the corner. Heil's camping out in the crease. Bain on the deep pinch. He's going to have to hustle back. Pass. Ooh, that one gets under Gaddis' stick. That one comes out front. That one comes off the wall. Bain getting a stick on that. He goes down on the ice. Slides into the wall. Trying to brace himself there. Oh! Lugo coming in, and Bain was in a very precarious spot, and their team just came in hammering. Lugo coming in to protect his guys. Lugo's going to go to the box, I think. We're going to go 5-on-5 with offsetting penalties. So Lugo and number 24 are in the box, so we'll be 5-on-5. This Genesis team is tough. We beat them 5-1. They hung in that game, so the Generals broke that open. They're hanging in this one. Generals just chipping that forward. Covington trying to wait for the bounce. Puts it over to Krug. Krug with a shot off the face mask. Great save by that goalie. Way to use your head. That comes to Stewart, and that's blocked. That goalie's going to feel that one. Jeanette in deep in the corner. Krug covering the blue line. Jeanette puts that back into play. Back to Stewart. Stewart's on the puck. He finds Jeanette cheating in, and it's in. Jeanette doubles up with the goal. So Generals go up 4-2 with 20:25 left in the second half. Jeanette with the fresh legs coming in last night. Picks up the goal. Repko taking the face off. Ooh, wow, clean win there by the Genesis. We got sticks everywhere. We think somebody would call hooking. Tapscott comes away with it. He puts on the Jets. He comes in. He goes for the pass, bouncing. I thought Kimmer was going to kick that one in the goal. Comes back to Jeanette. He puts it back to Repko. Goes back behind the goal. Genesis hit that one hard. That'll be icing. The Genesis player holding his stomach going to the bench. I don't know if he got a stick butt to the stomach. That hurts.
Let's go, Jets.
Sometimes you get your stick stuck in the wall and the butt of your own stick gets you in the stomach. That one comes back to Strode. That one off the referee, back of the leg. That's going to hurt. He gets hit again. The ref is not going to be happy. Jeanette's on the puck as we try to clear the zone. Over to Kimmer. Kimmer's going to wind up, takes the shot, rebound there. Genesis put it in the corner. Kimmer fighting off, tries to feed it to Repko, it's at his feet. Genesis come away with it, walk it up the ice.
Back check. Come on.
It's a 3-on-2. Deflection just wide of the net. We got lucky there. Kimmer on the puck now. Sends it across, feeds it to the Genesis. Good back check there by Tapscott. Tapscott just going to lay that one up. And we're going to get nice and
Come on! Lollygagging, come on! What was that?
Hockey dads didn't want the icing call. Peterson taking the face-off. We're to the left of Gaddis. Genesis win the face-off, pull it back to the point, feed it. Whoa! Hey! That came off. I think that puck came hard up to the parents. I think it hit the bar. The bar. These guys just like almost ate it, and the bar saved them from taking a puck to the face. We talk about, we like not having the net, but gosh darn it, you're going to need dental work. You prefer to have the net. All right, that was a great play by Moore. Feeds it up to Heil. Heil chipping it over to Peterson. We go up against the wall into the Zamboni corner. Peterson working it, sends it in. Lugo, I think, is working that, and the goalie gets the cover for the whistle. 18:36 left in the second half. Generals lead 4-2. 2 goals by Jeanette, 1 by Heil, 1 by Tapscott. Offsetting penalties are up. We're still skating 5-on-5. Stewart comes out to take the face-off. 1 by Genesis. Agello tries the foot club. Genesis with another breakaway, and they hit the water bottle. Another blown coverage, and we got a 4-3 game. Let's go, Jens!
Better than that.
Stewart wins that faceoff, pulls it back to Agello. He feeds that up to Krug. Krug down low, and that puck's going to go out of play. 18-19 left in the second half. It's 4-3, Gens leading. This Genesis team is fighting to stay in this game. Trying to steal one here from the Generals. Stewart on the faceoff, ties it up, comes back to Agello. He turns in the Genesis, gets a poke. Bain brings it back. Quick change in direction, sends it up to Covington. Covington tries to go across, gives it up to the Genesis. We're going to have to retreat. Covington's going to collect it, sends it back to Bain. Bain trying to break it out, feeds it up, get you back in the screen here, sends it up. No. We need to talk to the D. We've given up a bunch of rushes here, so D's got to be careful. Covington working the puck. Gets picked by the Genesis. Krug going down to the corner and gets pinned up. Oh, Stewart got a stick on that one and went bouncing just past the goal. Comes out in front. Covington with a shot. Great save. Oh, that went off the back of the goal. Goalie gets a stick back. Moore on the puck. That was a great work there by the Gens. Comes to the near side, picked up by Agello. He's going to feed that to Covington. This line's still working it. Takes a shot from the distance wide of the net. Goes over to Moore, he sends it down just past. That looks like Tapscott. As Covington goes to the bench, Kim comes on the ice, tied up in the wall. Comes out into the corner. We got a guy getting behind the D. Got to be careful. Off the wall. Agello takes that backwards. Sends it around. He loses an edge. Agello's against the wall, trying to get up. Puck's right next to him now. He doesn't know it. Oh, wow, that one just wide of the net. That's a good call. Generals ice this one to get it. People, Agello lost his blade. That's what his problem was. That's only like the 10th time this season that Agello's blades come out. So that's why Agello was on his knees, and that's why... All right, we got everybody on the ice now. Repko kicks. Oh, Repko trying to kick that forward. Almost. Repko going to hustle this one down now. We've got a 3-on-2 going the other way. Repko with a shot wide of the net. It's going to come out over the blue line. Strode sends that over to Jeanette. Jeanette at the red line. Lets everybody get reset. Takes it past 2. Takes it across the blue line, and we're going to be offsides. Repko takes that face off and sends it over to Strode. Strode's got some time to look for a pass, chips it in, send it deep. We're under 16 minutes to play in the second half. We don't hold it at the blue line. Jeanette waits for everybody to clear, pulls it across, goes around the D, works his way around the goal, tries to backhand and puts it. Oh, good try there by Tapscott. Jeanette back on the puck, sends it in. Tapscott on the puck, centers it. It's free and loose. Repko was there, can't make anything happen. Held up here by Jeanette. He puts it across to Kim. Kim with a little backhander, chips it past the net. Comes back out. Stroder touched that up, was offside. Strode's got to let it go. Bain's going to come back and get this puck. Over to Strode. Sends that across the Bain, and it comes off the wall hard. Again, we've got to work on clearing this. That's what happened with that last goal, is the puck was just skidding across the ice in front of the goal. So like these guys start moving in slow motion, get their feet going. Woo! I don't ever like that. Bain working it, tied up. He goes down on a knee. Got it behind the goal. Whoa! Gosh. Peterson's going to flick this one. Knocked down by Heil. Heil's on the puck. Come on, Jack, put on the burners, Jack. Trying to work his way past the D, can't get it. We're down to 14:30 left in the second half. Generals leading 4-3. Tighter match than what we expected. We beat Genesis 5-1 3 weeks ago. Sometimes you don't know who's missing. Oh, Bain on a pinch. Whoa, good shot there. Saved by Gaddis. Little flick there by Peterson. Almost gets that out. This comes back to Heil. He's got 2 to beat. He's down the right-hand side. Heil working on the heavy lean. Takes it back behind the goal with the wraparound to Peterson. Oh, and that one. The cleanup by Luke, was it Moore? Puts it over the net. Heil with the heavy lean going around the goal. He's going to go to the bench. Let's go. Got to get off the ice. Move your feet. And Genesis send this one deep. 2 good attempts there by the Generals, and we can't get the insurance goal. That one comes up. Krug just touches that one. No ice, and the goalie's going to take the cover for the whistles. We rolled to 13:30 left in the second half. Generals lead 4-3. Stewart taking the face off. Covington to the left. Looks like they're fixing the door. Krug to the right. One cleanly by Genesis. Stewart down in the corner. The Zamboni door hole. Covington on the puck. Comes back out to Stewart. He's looking for more with a ripper. Puts it off of a shin guard. Stewart looked like he got stuck on the ice. I don't know what happened there. It's like his foot went in a hole. And the Giants are going to skate it out of the zone, looking to kind of get that guy. That's going to be icing. Go back down the other end of the ice. Just under 13 minutes to play. Generals leading 4-3. Repko taking the face-off. Repko wins it. It's a quick shot. Goalie gets it with the stick. Puts it in the corner. Genesis trying to break out. They got a guy. Sends it down. Gaddis. Go to stick play that one. Sends it around the boards. Tapscott. Trying to work it. He does the 9-iron shot and flicks that up to the red line. Trying to find Repko. Repko chasing. Tapscott working the foot because the stick got lifted. Kimmer going to send this back to the D. Stroder going to pick it up and turn it around. Sends it up off the wall. He's got Tapscott. Tapscott's got to 3-on-2. He sends it over. Nice play. And Kimmer tries to go the backhand. Centering pass to Tapscott. He chips it. It gets deflected over. Back to Jeanette. Jeanette over to Strode. Strode with a shot. Puts it off of Repko. And it goes into the corner. Woo. Got a guy. Whoa, that shot going wide. And the same guy who got behind the D. And that's going to be ice. Not icing. Puck picked up by Repko. He's going to send that forward, touched by Kimmer. We saw a lot of the guys trying to cherry pick back behind the D in yesterday's game against North Park. It was like their only play. We just got to keep the D and make sure they know where the other guys are at. Jello working this on the wall. Jello back on the puck. He's going to send it over to Krug. Krug winds up and shoots it. Everybody's looking for the puck. He missed the puck. It's like funny how all the heads turned thinking that he had hit the puck. Oh no. There we go. Good back check there by Covington. He's it for Jello. He picks it up off the wall. Off of Stewart. Jello taking it deep. Bain is the lone man back right now. Pass over to Covington. He takes the time. Oh, it doesn't go in. Somehow the goalie gets an arm on that. The goalie still doesn't have a stick. They're trying to get another shot off of a skate. And Genesis able to clear this one. It's still 4-3. So we're down to 10:30. Woo! I don't like that. And they're going to be offsides. They got to hold up. That gives Generals a second to reset. Good back check there by Covington. Genesis setting up. We're letting him pass it. I don't like this. Shot off the post. Wow. That was so quick. We got lucky there. That was like off of 2 bars. Generals catching Genesis on a line change here. Covington kind of coming in. Oh, he misses on a shot. Oh, it's like the slow roller. You've seen videos of that. He misses on it, gets it past the D. Generals still holding on to a 1-goal lead here. Oh, not good. Here comes Jeanette. He's going to work it across the red line. He's got 2 goals already. See if he can make to the hat trick. Oh, he runs into and gets a hit up high, and his helmet comes off. Oh, all right. So they're going to call Burke to the bench because his helmet came off. I don't know if that's a rule, but there's a 2-10 called on the Genesis. So that guy is done for the rest of the game as we're down to 9:41. They'll put a second guy in the box. The ref is right there as Jeanette's helmet came off. All right, so we get a whistle because they don't have a second player in the box yet.
That's not how the 10 works.
It doesn't matter. He's not going to get on the ice anyways. Oh, we got an icing here. It's not going to be an icing, but they Genesis sent it deep. So they're skating 4. Generals trying to get the insurance goal here while they're on the power play. It's the second power play for the Generals. They scored in the first one in this game. The Jello skating this one up. Lugo on the puck. He's got some time. Puts it into the crease. Puck comes back to him and it goes in the corner. Moore on the deep pinch goes down in the corner. Ooh. Genesis is able to get a stick on that. I was worried they were going to get a shorthanded rush here. Heil just misses that. Ugh. Something expected the puck. Genesis is able to send it deep again. Jello and Genesis are getting to the puck first. Genesis just able to kill this. Heil on the puck, gives it up to the Genesis. Genesis sent it deep. A long floater that Generals not looking like they're on a power play here. Got to set it out. That goes to Krug. Get Krug to pull us out of this funk right now and get something going. He gets tripped. How's that not a trip? Sends it across to Covington. 36 seconds down this power play, see if we can get a shot off. Goes back over to Strode. 30 seconds, trying to send it over to Covington. He's trying to settle the puck. Gets a shot over. Stewart on the one-timer, fakes out the goalie. The goalie's on his belly. Trying to hop back up, comes back to Stewart. Goalie's back in position. Stroder playing the puck, 15 seconds on the power play. Picked up, wow, I was going to say, we got to hustle. The Genesis flick this one down to kill off. We'll maybe get one more rush here if Stroder hustles. 2 seconds. And we're going to come back to even strength. Woo! Stroder's playing with the puck at the blue line. Trying to feed it up. Chips it forward. They got a guy getting behind the D. And Jeanette's going to hustle back. 7:26 left in the game. Generals leading 4-3. Game's a lot closer than anybody thought. Stroder got to hustle this. Generals were thinking this game was a walk in the park, and that's got to be a save here. And it's going to be gloved down by... Generals wanted a high stick call. Comes out to Genesis here, picked up by Bain. The goal, I think, is off the mount. But I don't think the referees have seen that, but we'll see. Take that off. Hopefully that's not a factor. Tapscott skating up, going up the left-hand side, leaves the puck. Repko sends it in. Going to be met by Kim, I think, is out there. Comes up, Bain on the deep pinch, sends it back to Kim, back to Tapscott. 6:30 now remaining in the second half. Generals lead 4-3. Oh, that puck sent across and gloved by the goalie. Generals hanging on to a 1-goal lead here as we're down to 6:25 left in the second half. Repko going to go to the bench. They're going to pull out Peterson to take the face-off. Heil to the left, Lugo to the right. Genesis send that puck all the way around. Another guy behind the D there. Luckily, we're playing the puck. Lugo on the biscuit. Oh, gets put up into the Genesis bench. That fires them up. Comes back. Peterson puts it back in the corner. Lugo on it quickly. Lugo takes a step up, tries to feeding it across. Tried to get it to Peterson on the weak side. And the Genesis goalie gets a glove on it for the save. Just under 6 minutes to go. 5:56. Generals leading 4-3. Stewart taking the face off. Sends it back to Moore. Moore up to Krug. Krug loses it. Genesis are coming back down this end of the ice. Genesis with a good centering pass. Stick save there by Gaddis. Goes into the corner. Bain going to go for it. Woo. Out of the zone. Bain's got some time. He's going to send it up ice. Oh, this time we're behind it. We touched it. Stewart almost had the breakaway there, getting behind the D. And here comes the Genesis with a 3-on-2. Bain's going to send this up ice. Picked up by Genesis. They're on sides. Gets a shot. Gaddis gets it to the side. Krug trying to work it. Stewart puts it back to Bain. Chips it up. Oh, gets past the D. Goes to Covington. Covington loses it and leaves it in the ice. Plenty of Genesis there to pick it up. We're under 5 minutes to go. Covington on the play. Misses somehow. Had the goalie out of position. Still there. And the goalie with a leap. Wow, that goalie's doing a great job to keep that puck out of the net, keeping this a 4-3 game. Really giving it its all. .445 left in the second half. Generals up by 1. They got Repko taking the face off. Kimmer's on it. Little backhander. Almost scoots through the traffic and makes it in. Goalie puts it into the corner. Oh, wow.
Hey, he's done.
So Jello's having blade problems again. He's trying to enter off Crab his way. I don't know. He keeps losing his... All right, so we got an extra skater on now. We've got 2 defensemen. Oh, we're going to get a penalty here. I think that's going to be on Repko. An elbow by Repko is going to put him in the box. So with 4:16 left, Generals will be on a penalty kill. 4-3 lead here.
Hey, all the way to the end here, boys. Let's go. Finish strong. Let's go, Jens.
Got to keep that puck on the other end of the ice. No bouncing biscuits. Peterson taking the face off. Hiles to his left. Good move there by Stroder. Sends it deep. We'll see if what kind of magic here. There's the Genesis pull the goalie at some point to get a 6-on-4 to try to get the goal. Genesis coming down. They'll probably wait to see what happens in the first minute and a half of this power play. Generals trying to just kill it off. Genesis still have the puck in front. Send it. Oh, yeah, nice pair. Sends it deep. Goalie's out of the net. 1:26 left in the penalty kill. Here comes Genesis. Lyle's got to send it up, and he does. Sends it deep. Heil going off to the bench. We got Krug on the ice. 1:08 now in the penalty kill. 3:20 left in the game. Generals up 4-3. Genesis trying to get an equalizer here on this power play. Repko in the box for an elbow, and Krug gets that puck and sends it deep. 50 seconds left in the penalty kill. Krug pressuring, trying to get this puck, hustling. He goes down. Body's on the ice. Everybody's up. 38 seconds left in the penalty kill. Good pressure there by Kimmer. Comes to the near side. Genesis pull it back to the red line. Bring it into the zone. Take it in the corner. Jeanette's letting him go. They lose an edge. Shoot it! Ooh, there you go. Got to get it deep. 19 seconds left on the penalty kill. Here comes Genesis again. Krug tying up. Puck goes down in the corner. Moore's on the puck. He's got to send it deep. Gets it off the wall. 7 seconds. Good penalty kill by the Generals. We're going to go back to even strength here with 2:18 left in the game. Generals leading 4-3. Got to be smart. Got to be smart. Puck sent deep. Bouncing puck. Oh, I thought that was going to bounce back over the net. Puck comes out trying to find Stewart. Picked up by Covington. Covington comes out. Moore's going to have to hold this one. Sends it back to Bain. Up the wall. Finds Stewart. Stewart takes it off. The 1:52 left. Stewart trying to center it. Finds Moore. Moore's got people. Oh, and that puck almost finds its way through. And the goalie able to get the save and the jump on the puck. We're down to 1:45. I'm expecting a timeout here from Genesis. No? Gonna send Repko on. He's got Tapscott and Kim out there. Generals win the face-off, send it deep. Generals just trying to get back, make sure the guy doesn't get behind him. Good heads up on Moore there. 3-on-2 here. General's got a back check. Good puck. Moore's on it. He's going to send it over to Tapscott. Tapscott got one to beat. Goes to his left. Goes deep in the corner. Centering pass. Good defensive play by the Genesis. 1:24. We got to keep the puck down here. They're going to pull their goalie and go 6-on-5. Puck comes. They send it off of Bain. Bain's got a man. Almost loses an edge, but holds his balance. He goes down into the wall. Moore comes over to help. Off the wall. Got to clear it and get it out of the zone. And we're going to have a penalty coming up on Genesis. We're sending Geddes to the bench with the extra skater. Oh my gosh! Wow! So the defenseman sliding across the ice hits the puck. It goes in the air. It almost looked like it was going to go in the goal. The defenseman takes out the net. The goalie was like on his belly. So crazy finish. All right. So we should have a penalty on Genesis here. So we got 55 seconds left on the clock. They've got the goal reset. They're trying to figure out who the penalty's on. Put somebody in the box. So number 42 is going in. I don't know what the call was. 55 seconds on the clock. Generals lead 4-2, going on a power play. Somebody must have called a timeout because nobody's doing anything. I think Generals called a timeout just to talk this over. So Motley Crew of Dads. There we go. Everybody's trying to stay warm. Got a good one here. We're back on the ice at 6 p.m. tonight up in northern Jersey. Got another good game for you. Good some Saturday night hockey. Maybe turn it on while you're having some dinner, watching those college football games. We got Stewart out there to take the face-off. Covington to the left. Krug to the right. Jeanette and Strode, the two defensemen. 55 seconds. Bouncing puck. Stroder going to chip this one up to Krug. Krug going to flick it backwards. 45 seconds now. Genesis trying to get into the zone. Covington sends it back to Stewart. He's just going to put it deep. I think Stewart's telling him, don't try to get fancy. We got the goal right now. So 35 seconds. Just keep Genesis on their end of the ice. Puck comes back, comes to Jeanette. He feeds that up to Stewart. Stewart's just going to send it deep, puts it on goal. The goalie flees. He's going to hang on to it, but there's no Generals to get the whistle. Takes about 5 seconds off. We're down to 18 seconds. They're trying to flick it up. Jeanette with the kick. Genesis coming through. Good play by this one. Empty net. Oh, they're going to have too many men on the ice. You got goalie. It's back into the net in time. 2-1-0. That was actually too many men on the ice. The goalie, once he goes to the bench, can't turn around and because they had the skater on the ice. So we'll take the win. We don't care about the extra man. Good play by the Generals. A closer game than what we expected. I think they were hopefully having fun out there. So Generals take this as a win, 4-3. Goals by Tapscott, Heil, and Jeanette picks up 2. Back on the ice, the Generals are 3-0 on the weekend. They've got 5 games. We're here again tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us, and always appreciate your support for Richmond Generals hockey. We'll watch the handshake and then end our broadcast. All right, thanks so much.